welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Roxanne, the Tiny Taster, and today's recipe is Nepali style chicken choila or choila chicken, I'm not sure. So this recipe is a really simple and quite delicious Nepali style of making chicken. I've been seeing this all over the internet. I have to say it's not my recipe. It's a very popular recipe from Nepal. But I have tweaked it just a wee bit in the sense where the ingredients are all the same, but I think just the technique is different, and you'll see that in the video. I think this is an easier version to do it. But either way, it's delicious and you can temper the spice as much as you want, and it's really just a fun chicken. I would eat this plain. I would eat this with my dal and rice or anything really. It's quite delicious. I hope you enjoy it. As always, don't forget to check the link down below for the detailed recipe and the link to my website, which has the whole recipe for all your measurements and things like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. And without any further ado, let's get cooking.
In a pan, you will add a little bit of oil and some dry red chilies. I just toss them out a little bit, and then to that I will add in a bunch of garlic. Usually it's about 5 or 6 cloves, but sometimes I like to add more because I just really like garlic. So then I toss this about for a couple of minutes, and then to this pan you will add 3 tomatoes. Just place them down. I cut the top off and place it down. I don't chop it up. And then cover this and let this blister and roast beautifully. Basically, you want the flavor of a cooked tomato. You want to get the peel out. But after a couple of minutes, you'll realize that the tomato takes much longer to cook and the garlic and the chilies cook faster. So what I like to do is I just like to take out the garlic and chilies once they've cooked, because otherwise it will completely burn. Right now they've got a nice char on them. So I will just take those out and then cover the pan again and let the tomatoes cook for a little bit longer. You can see them blistering, but I need them to cook a little bit longer so that it's easier to just pull out the peel. Here you can see the tomatoes have cooked well. I think I could have cooked this for a little bit longer, but I got impatient. And then gently I just try to peel off with the help of tongs the skin, because you don't really want the skin. It leaves a bit of a rough texture in the mouth, but honestly I feel like even if you left it at this point it wouldn't be a problem. But peel the skin and just keep the tomatoes aside with the cooked chili and garlic and let it cool down to room temperature. Once it's cooled down, you will add the cooked tomatoes, garlic and chili to your mixer grinder jar. It is important to cool it down to room temperature or you will have an explosion, trust me. To this, I like to add in some red chili powder for extra heat. I did not add too much. My chili powder is a little bit bland, so depending on your taste, do that, along with a little bit of pepper. And then just grind this into a nice thick paste, and it looks something like this. And then just set it aside. Now I hate using multiple vessels, so in the same pan that I cooked this, I just added some mustard oil and my cut chicken. My cut chicken I have seasoned with some salt, a little bit of crushed black pepper, and of course some turmeric or haldi. And then I've just mixed it about. My stove isn't on at this point. I've just used the same thing so I don't have to do too much washing. And then once it's mixed and marinated well, then I put the stove on and I cook this for a grand total of 15 minutes. I've used boneless chicken, so I like to cook it for between 10 to 15 minutes. And for the first 5 minutes, I cook this on a really high flame. I just like to get a bit of char on my chicken. You don't have to. That's just something I like to do. And you can see here it's cooked from one side, so I'm just slowly trying to flip them over to make sure that all the pieces cook well. But for the first 5 minutes, I'll put this on a really high flame, and then I put it on a low flame and let this cook for about 12 to 13 minutes. So this is at about the 12 or 13 minute mark. It's cooked. To this, I'm going to add in my sliced spring onions. First, I add in the white separately. Then I add in the greens. And then to that, I'll also add in some chopped coriander. You don't actually have to do it like this separately. You can add it all together. I just thought it looked nicer for this film. And my stove is on at this point, so whilst it is still cooking, side by side, in a little pot, I heat up mustard oil really hot, make it nice and piping. I've added some methi seeds to this. I've used less oil. The recipe usually asks for more oil, but because I already cooked the chicken in that, I just put a little, but please go ahead and add more. This hot piping oil, then I will pour all over my onion and chicken mixture and then toss it about slightly. At this point, my stove is still very much on. This is where I get the tweak in. The traditional recipe would have me do this once the chicken is cooked completely, but I like my onion a little bit cooked, otherwise it's too raw, and I want to use less oil because it's meant to cook in that hot oil. So my stove is still on. I have another minute on this and I just mix it slightly. Now I completely forgot about my tomato mixture. I should have added that as well before adding in the oil, but no worries at all because this is cooked any which ways. It doesn't have to cook further. So I just scrape out all that lovely tomato garlic chili paste from my mixer grinder jar into this mixture, and at this point I leave the stove on again for maybe another minute or so that it's cooked. The chicken is cooked for a total of 15 minutes, and then I turn the stove off and I just mix this really well. To this you can add even more coriander for garnish. You could add more spring onion greens. The choice is really yours. And this is what the final choila looks like. I cannot tell you how simple but how delicious it is. The traditional recipe will have you pour piping hot oil and a lot of mustard oil over the tomato mixture with the onions and the coriander. You could even add some green chilies for extra heat, but I think it becomes too much and I like my onions a little bit more cooked. I like them softened, so I leave the heat on for a bit, but you could do either, doesn't matter. This is so universal. You could eat this with chapati, you could eat this with some dal rice like I did, and it is just a lovely, wonderful recipe. I hope you enjoy this. As always, if you do, don't forget to like the video, share this with a friend, leave me a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys very soon.